Yo! Number 4, my fourth and last one. How to Date by your boy Wardell at Get It All TV. It's me. I'm in the building. And I'm going to start where I left off at about her son that was raised by his dad when he got out of prison. So when his dad got out of prison, he wanted to raise his son. I did not interfere with that. Guys, men, or women, especially men, do not interfere with a man. When he get out, if you get involved with a woman in a relationship and he wants you to take his child, let that dude do so. Any woman that would tell you to interfere with a man raising his son, it's a problem. Red flags. Remember that. It's red flags. That woman would do you, and I'm going to get into that in the end of this video, how she did me, but I did not get involved, and they did not sucker punch me in the back of the head. So I let him see his child. I did not interfere with his child. You see, his child. Because I already had like 2 kids with her. I raised them 2 kids up to this day. I was with them since birth. Okay, y'all? This candle smells good. I got to sit right here beside me. I'm always burning candles. Smell, look at that. Stormy Nights is the name of this one. See? Stormy Nights. Great candle, man. Smell real good. I got to sit here beside me. I know y'all can see it, man. Great candle. Smell real good. But never interfere with a man who want to raise his child. Okay, y'all? Y'all never do that. A woman should be submissive to her husband. And as husbands, if you're a husband, boyfriend, I don't care if you is a husband or boyfriend, you should treat a woman as if you was married to her already. I tell you another mistake: do not get married until you know that person, until you have dated a long time. That's my number 1 mistake. I'm going to give to you guys that don't care what your age is. Because a lot of you guys are 54, 34 years old and still wearing Pampers when it comes to dating. You do not know how to date because no one taught you how to date. I'm 35 years old. I'm going to teach you how to date. You date between 2 and 4 years. I don't care what nobody tell you. You got to live with that person. You got to smell their stanky breath, stanky draws. You got to put up with their attitude. You have to pay them bills, okay? So you give it from 2 to 4 years before you date or marry, before you marry anyone. And I advise you, before you even date anyone, get to know them. Because nowadays, dating people can lead to a deadly situation, okay? I know plenty of people got killed dating. Just dating can be a dangerous situation. So watch who you're dating as well. Like I said, this video is for guys who's seriously about dating, not guys who want to just screw around. Because it's easy to just screw around. I don't know why y'all guys want to get married when you can just easily screw around. Think about it. You got a list of phones or numbers of women you can screw with. Okay, you can sleep with any time of the day. Why would you want somebody to have to erase that number because your wife or your girlfriend see it? It's just not smart up here, guys. I'm teaching you dudes how to be smart. A lot of you guys are stupid. I'm going to teach you how to be smart at Get It All TV. Okay, I'm going to teach y'all guys how to be smart. You best off staying single, doing your own thing, especially if you're making a living by yourself. Have you guys just live with women because they make money? That's a fact. I'm just being honest with you. A lot of you guys not even in love with these women. These women, you're just in love with the money they're making, and they're helping support these women. Are giving you. All you have to do is know how to budget your money and budget well, and you won't have to have nobody live with you. That's a fact. Okay, people? That's a fact. Budget your money well, and you won't have to have them live with you. But date a woman for between 2 and 4 years. Get to know them. Go at their houses, see what they're doing, bribe by their houses, and see who their friends are, check who they are, check all that. Okay? Number 2, never interfere. If you marry a woman that got a man in prison, never interfere. If he get out of prison, do not let that man see his children, let that man have his children, let that man spend time with his children. But anyway, I threw that at you quickly. In my relationship, it started to go sideways. It started to go sour. What I did, people, was I told her I was leaving. She didn't believe I was leaving. I told her, look, I'm leaving. I didn't tell her what date. I just told her I'm leaving. She would interfere. As my daughter got older, my son got older, she would interfere with when I'm disciplining them. She would interfere with my discipline. She would try to change my discipline. If I told them to do something, she would go back and say no. and we was in the 8th to 6th year of the relationship, started 6th to the 8th of the year of the relationship, she started to say, when I say yes, she said no. Every time I said no, she said yes. And so the house was well divided. And you know, I think it's in the Bible, a divided house will fall. No ifs, no ands, or buts about it. It will fall. Okay, what none of y'all say, if you disagree, you stupid. The Bible don't lie. Trust me, y'all. The Bible does not lie at all. Period. Care what you say or how you feel. You stupid believing otherwise. So, every time I said yes, she said no. And when I said no, she said yes. She tried to turn the kids against me at an early age. She still would beef with my mom, would make things up on my mom that wasn't true, that I knew wasn't true, because I go back and check and found out it wasn't true. She'll tell me it was true and it was not true. I didn't like it. I was disappointed. I was sad about it. But a man got to be a man. A man got to be a man, and a man got to do what a man got to do. So I went to her and told her, I asked her if she wanted to sit down and talk. She said no, she don't want to talk. She said forget talking, forget you. And I eventually packed my stuff and my belongings in the house that I was paying rent on. And I left when she went to work one day. I packed all my stuff and I left and I went to work. She got off of work, she called me. I asked me where I was at. I told her I left the house. I'm no longer living there no more with you. You're an evil, wicked witch, which she was. An evil, wicked witch of the South. Because I'm living in Tennessee, so she's a wicked witch of the South, period. So I decided to leave that situation I was in and move on. No, I did not get another girlfriend. Guys, the worst thing you do is leave your woman for another woman that you don't even know yet. Because ahead of time, you make bad mistakes and you get yourself into bigger trouble. A lot of these women, when you get with women and they got kids, they want you to leave your children for her children. And you spend all your time with her and her kids, and you don't spend time with your kids. So no, even today, I do not have any children. And we've been separated for 2 years. I don't have any outside kids. The 2 kids I got is the 2 kids I got with my baby mama, period. So guys, pay attention to what you're doing out there. I left her. I told her I was leaving. She'll swear God I didn't tell her I was leaving. The next thing she tried to do is put me on child support. The next thing I went and did is got a lawyer. The first thing you do, guys, is get a lawyer. Because the law, these courts will eat you up. They sent me a letter. And I'm going to tell you guys another thing. If child support sends you a letter and it's not certified, it's not official. You don't have to show up. So that's that on there. Now we're going in and out of court now on different issues with the children. I give her money. I make a decent living, so I do give her money on the side, $200 or $600 here and there in the month. Help her out with the rent sometimes and all that, negotiating and stuff like that. Just a rundown on all that we went through. Listen, if they don't have a dad, watch them. If they have a mother, watch them. If they have a dad, if they don't have a dad, watch the women that you're dating. A lot of women gotta have men in their life to make them turn out right. And a lot of them who have bad relationships with their mothers, like I told you I had, it's not a good idea for you to date. Okay? Be careful who you date out there. It can get deadly, y'all. I remember 2 years ago, we had 4 murders of people who weren't even married, killed each other. So y'all watch out who you're dating. This is part 4 of a 4 series. How to date with your boy, Wardell, at Get It All TV. Like, dislike, subscribe. I don't care. Just subscribe, okay? Just do what you got to do. If you got any questions, hit me up at wardell4444@gmail.com. That's wardell4444@gmail.com. Safe dating. Remember, evenly yoke. Evenly yoke. Forget the old saying opposite attract. Opposites attract mean trouble. Okay? Safe dating out there. Watch who you're dating. Be careful out there. Be selective who you date. Because you got to live with these people.